Welcome everybody, my name is Anton and today I wanted to showcase how you can convert CCDA documents into FHIR format using MeldRx workspaces that we're building here at Darena Solutions. Remember, the things that I'm going to be showing you here are free to try, so go ahead, check out the description, follow the link and make sure that you give it a go. With that, let's go ahead and get started. Here I am on meldrx.com. What I'm going to do is sign in. It's going to pop me over to app.meldrx.com. I'm going to open up the command center. I'm already signed in. And here, if I zoom in just a little bit, I have apps and workspaces that I can manage. If I go over to apps and I will just create myself a system app. So I'll just call it test. It's going to be a system app. And for now, I will say that I want the MeldRx API and the patient all access scope, so I can effectively read or update all patients. Okay, with that, I'm gonna go to the next step. I'm not linking my app with any external EHRs, so I'm just gonna go ahead and click next. Again, I'm going to select yes on create a workspace, and this is going to be my workspace. Click create. This is going to create everything. Here you will find all of your application's metadata. Go ahead and copy the secret and make sure that you don't forget it. I will delete my information after this, so don't try to just copy this, what you're seeing on screen, and use it for your own example, okay? If I pop over back to apps and let's say that you accidentally forgot to copy over the secret, down here you can manage your secrets and you can add a new secret for your app. Now, when you create a system app, you have to actually allow it to connect with your workspace. So if we go ahead and open up a workspace, we manage apps. And here we're going to add a application. And here you can select your test applications and you can select its role. So before we do this, let's go ahead and try to obtain a token for our application. So I'm just going to go ahead and open the apps in a new tab. Let's go over there. And I'm also going to open the docs. And the docs is going to describe how we connect to a workspace using a system application. So if we're going to go into the command center workspaces, and here we have system app authentication. The documentation isn't yet updated, but it will be. The way that you connect to a standalone workspace is you don't actually have to specify a workspace ID. You just use the /connect/token endpoint. On the other screen here, I have Postman, and in here, I'm just going to go to authorization, let's say basic, and the password, I'm going to copy in the secret. Gonna come back to the apps and go ahead, actually could have copied my ID from the main screen, but nevertheless, here is the ID of my application, here is the password. Coming back to the browser and to the documentation, I'm going to go ahead and copy the URL over here, paste it here, and remove the workspace segment. So I just want to go ahead and post my stuff over here. For the body, as we're following the auth specification, we just want to go ahead and, as part of the form content, specify the grant type credentials. So let's go ahead, copy that, grant type. We'll take XWW form URL encoded, so grant type, client credentials. Come back, just double check that there's an S on the end, and then scope. And here we'll say scope, and let's say the two scopes that we have specified. So if we come back to the app, copy the scopes, come back over here, paste them in, and that should be it. Let's go ahead and send the request. Here we have an access token that expires in 5 minutes. So again, once the video is posted, this access token is not going to be accessible. So don't try and use it, even if you're capable of reading this all off screen and typing it out. Once we have this access token, we can open a new request. We're going to go to the workspaces. We're going to copy the URL. Place this into here, and we are going to search for patient records. If we try to send the request here now, we're going to be unauthorized. We're going to go to authorization. We're going to select a bearer token. And for the token, I'm going to copy the token from over here in this request and paste it over here. We're going to send this, and now we're forbidden. Okay, so we understand who you are, but you're not allowed to access this workspace. We're going to go to the workspace and we're going to manage applications. add a workspace app, and now we're going to add this test application. We're just going to say that you're an administrator, okay? Once we have added this permission, you don't need to wait or anything like that. You can just post, and there we have it. So we are making a request to a FHIR endpoint, and it's returning 0 data. That's because it's a fresh workspace and there is no data in there. Now, back to the original task of the video, we want to be converting CCDA documents into FHIR data and actually be able to query them and retrieve them from here. I'm going to create a new request. This is going to be a post request. I will need the same authorization header. So let me go ahead, grab the token. I'm going to go to authorization, bearer token. It looks like it has already copied it across over here. In the body, this is going to be form data, and I will need to submit a file. Call the key file. And for the file that we're going to be selecting, I'm going to upload a new file. And here I have a bunch of CCDA documents. You can see that they're in an XML format. I'm going to go ahead and upload this Alice Newman patient. The URL that we're going to be using isn't going to be the FHIR endpoint because this functionality is not part of FHIR. What we're going to be using is just import/CCDA. Okay, that should be enough. So again, we set the authorization, we set the file in the body. So that's just the CCDA document. And then we're going to post this request to import CCDA. One thing that we're missing now is saying, what workspace exactly are we posting this to? So the way that you specify that is in the headers, you have to say FHIR server ID-context. And in here, we specify the identifier for your workspace. So if we come back to our workspaces, we open up the workspace, we can go ahead, grab the identifier and place this over here. Now, what I'm showing you here, the documentation is missing, but eventually we will get it on there along with the other functionality that is included in the workspaces. With this information filled out, let's go ahead and submit this. We can see that the response is 202 accepted. That means that the data is not there straight away, rather we will process it as a job in the background. After a while, if we come back to the FHIR endpoint and search for our patients, we'll send the request and we're going to see that we have one result. And the window is a little bit small because I zoomed in, but over here we will see there is a resource type patient with its own identifier. Maybe somewhere down here we will be able to see the name. So there is our Alice Newman. Now, I did say that it was a CCDA bundle, so alongside the FHIR entry for the patient, we will see things such as conditions being uploaded for this patient as well. So here we can see 6 conditions, and all of these will be, if we can find somewhere here, not identifier, not response, but rather subject reference. So we'll see it belongs to this patient over here. We can go ahead, grab this patient over here instead of the condition, supply the patient. And it looks like the response has returned with 401, which means my token has just expired. So let's go ahead, grab a new token. I'm going to copy it across, place it in here, go into authorization. Let me again make this a little bit smaller. Paste the token into here, send the request, and there we have it, the individual patient with the ID. And again, this is Alice Newman, if I can find the name right there. So we have processed the CCDA bundle, we have created the FHIR entity for the patient, and then we have created all of the relevant resources referencing back to that patient. And this will be it for this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed this demonstration of how to convert CCDA documents into FHIR format using MeldRx workspaces. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comment section. As always, what I've shown over here is free. You can go ahead, sign up right now and try it yourself. Again, thank you for watching and have a good day.